Hey guys, I'm Roxette Arisa and you're watching This Week in Beauty with IPSY. I have a very exciting episode for you guys today because we are celebrating Jacob Tobia, who is the transgender spokesperson for Fluide. So if you haven't heard of Fluide yet, they are an amazing brand that is doing big things in the community. So Fluide is basically a colorful, cruelty-free makeup company, and 5% of all Fluide profits actually go right back into supporting organizations that support the LGBT community.
For me, makeup is my way of saying I'm here, I'm trans as hell, and I'm not going away. You can't make me. I'm a genderqueer, male-assigned, feminine, fabulous goddess, 1980s kinky grandma with some nice stubble, a bold lip, and some two-tone glitter eyeshadow. And clip-ons. Don't forget the clip-ons. I use they, them pronouns because, you know, they capture my gender properly. It takes me outside of the box of he or she and allows me full reign over whatever my gender feels like on that day. I think if like 6-year-old or 7-year-old Jacob had met me as I am today, they would just be like, oh my gosh, so eventually like you won over the bullies. Like eventually everyone calling you sissy stopped feeling like, you know, a mark of shame and started feeling like a source of power. And I think they would also be like, whoa, you got really tall. I like to say that my lipstick is kind of like my armor. When I wear lipstick, I just think about remembering to hold my head high and how powerful that felt. The first time that I wore lipstick in my adult life out in public was my freshman year of college. And I remember that it was like fraternity and sorority rush. And so everything in my world was just feeling so gendered. And I was just like, I need to do something to assert my personhood in this moment. And so I went to the Dollar General and I bought the cheapest, brightest lipstick I could find. And I put it on and I went to the dining hall. And I remember walking en route to the dining hall, my instinct was to keep my face down. My instinct was to try and hide it. I had to really practice and pay attention to keeping my head high and to not being ashamed that I was wearing something that boys aren't supposed to wear. The thing I love about Fluide is that it doesn't just celebrate me in spite of the fact that I'm trans or queer, it celebrates me because I'm trans or queer. You know, it feels like a lot of other brands, it feels like you're kind of coloring in a coloring book within lines that have already been drawn and trying to figure out how to draw the masterpiece in your head within these lines that are already there. But when something is built specifically around the queer or trans experience, it feels like it's a blank canvas where you can do with it whatever you want. There aren't these pre-existing lines there. There aren't these pre-existing conditions you have to work around. You just get to channel the fullness of your creativity. I get to own the fullness of my beauty because it isn't trying to ignore the fact that trans people are beautiful and queer people are beautiful. When people try to tell me that my look isn't beautiful or I need to shave or that I shouldn't feel myself to be beautiful or pretty, I'm just kind of like, get out of here. I feel like the relationship between you and your self-love is so important and you shouldn't let anybody get in the way of that. So if someone tells you that your beauty isn't conventional enough or that your womanhood isn't done right, you can tell them off. The beautiful thing about my relationship to makeup now is that I used to have a lot of feelings about putting it on. You know, I had to like brace myself, I had to steady myself to like, okay, we're gonna put on your lipstick and then we're gonna go out into the world and it's gonna be scary, but we're gonna do it. And now I think that I have a much more normative and realistic relationship to makeup. Some days it is a beautiful thing where I'm like, yes, I look incredible. And some days it's like, oh my God, I'm running late. I have to put on my lipstick. Oh crap, I smeared it. Oh no, I have to fix it. Oh, what's happening with my eyeliner? I don't know, we have to go. Late for brunch. And then you just run out the door. The beauty industry often has one image that it wants people to celebrate. You know, and that image is white, and that image is thin, and that image is able-bodied, and that image, you know, is symmetrical. And I wonder what it means to create a world where images of actual human faces can be celebrated. Gender nonconforming people have been leaders in the beauty world and in the fashion world since the beauty and fashion worlds have existed. It's just that we're not always recognized as such. And so being able to be the face of a beauty campaign, being able to be the face of a brand is such a historically important thing, because it's about our community having our unique beauty and our unique contributions to fashion and beauty be appreciated. Femininity has never looked like just one thing. Womanhood has never looked like just one thing. The beauty of the world that we live in, the beauty of the human experience, is that womanhood and femininity and beauty look like so many different things. I don't understand why there aren't more people who look like me up on billboards. I don't understand why the beauty and fashion worlds don't send more people who look like me down runways. I hope that what Fluide is doing will catch on, because Fluide is really celebrating people across a spectrum of shades and across a spectrum of body types and across a spectrum of genders. They are doing something incredible in the beauty industry, and I hope that Fluide just blows up and takes on the world, and that every other beauty label out there has to seriously think about whether or not they are being inclusive enough in their work.
So this week for our giveaway, we are actually giving away a full suite of Fluide products, which is amazing. So they are just like the ones that Jacob uses, and I can't wait for you guys to try these out. So all you have to do to win is upload a picture in the comment section of how you rock a bold lip, and basically just tell us how you use makeup to express your unique beauty. So thank you so much for watching This Week in Beauty with IPSY. Make sure to tune in next week. We have an amazing festival style roundup for you guys. See you next time.